Man, everyone says I'm such a noob just because I haven't unlocked certain things. It's not fair. So then, why don't you just, unlock those items then? I mean, it's going to benefit you anyway. I mean, wait, that's a good idea. Let's do it. How's it going, guys? So the funny little intros are going to be coming back. I went back and watched a few of my older videos and I kind of missed them. I hope you guys don't mind, and hopefully it just gives you a little bit of a laugh at the beginning of the videos. Anyway, this video is going to be the top 10 unlocks from RuneScape 3. Obviously, this is going to be my point of view on the things, and they could be different, but these are all going to be things that unlocking them will definitely benefit you in the long run anyway. So if you do enjoy it, then make sure you like and subscribe, and let's get into the first one. Just wanted to let you know these are numbered from 10 going down to 1, but that's just to show you that there is 10. They're not necessarily any order. I've saved a couple of really good ones for the last, but anyway, the first one is going to be the Bone Crusher and the Demon Horn Necklace from Dungeoneering. Now, these two items are unlocked through Dungeoneering. However, it is going to take 90 Dungeoneering to be able to get the Demon Horn Necklace as well. So the Bone Crusher actually only requires 21 Dungeoneering to get and 21 prayer. However, it does cost 34,000 Dungeoneering tokens. Now, the Demon Horn Necklace is 90 Dungeoneering to buy it from the shop, 90 prayer, and also costs 35,000 tokens off of the Dungeoneering shop. So, all in all, once you've reached 90 Dungeoneering, you are going to be spending 69,000 tokens on these two, but it's definitely worth doing. Now, the reason being is what these two do in conjunction. The Bone Crusher does actually bury bones when you've killed the monster. So for example, you can set the settings for it to bury big bones or dragon bones, and if you kill a dragon, for example, when you have that equipped on your tool belt, it will automatically bury those bones, giving you prayer experience. Now, where the Demon Horn Necklace does actually come in is if that's equipped when you bury bones, it gives you prayer points back for burying certain types of bones. For example, burying normal bones or bat bones, for example, will give you 50 prayer points, but burying big bones or baby dragon bones will give you 100 prayer points. Going all the way up to things like dragon bones or dinosaur bones are going to give you 150 prayer points back. Now, this basically means if you have the Bone Crusher and the Demon Horn Necklace active at the same time, and you are AFK in something, for example, Dark Beasts, these drop big bones, you are able to actually keep unlimited prayer when you are using something like just Soul Split. So it'll keep your prayer up, and it'll just mean that you can keep Soul Split on and AFK and not worry about that dropping and keep your health high. So, number 9 that I wanted to mention was actually the Dungeoneering Cape. Now, I know that's quite a long way away from maybe 1 Dungeoneering all the way up to 99, but once you've achieved that, it's definitely an item that's absolutely amazing. So what the Dungeoneering Cape allows you to do is teleport across the whole map, basically, to any dungeons that are there and that require a Dungeoneering level to enter. So, for example, you could use it to teleport directly to the dungeon entrance in the Falador Mine, or on the other hand, you could use it to teleport to the Frost Dragons dungeon, and it'll take you straight from anywhere that you are straight to that. So if you have a max cape as well, you can have a max cape and a Dungeoneering Cape, teleport to Frost Dragons, get a full inventory, max cape back, bank the stuff, and straight back to the dungeon without having to walk any distance whatsoever. So it's just an absolutely massive, huge time saver. Number 8 on this list is actually going to be Bladed Dive. Now, this is an ability well worth your time unlocking. It's going to give you a hell of a lot more maneuverability, so you're going to be able to surge twice if you have double surge unlocked, and then also use Bladed Dive. It's great in places like Telos, trying to get from font to font or beam to beam. And it's just good for, even if you're doing things like just clue scrolls, moving around the map a hell of a lot faster is definitely something that you're going to want to do. You do unlock this ability from doing the Shattered Worlds mini game, and it does require 63 million Shattered Anima. That sounds like quite a lot, and it isn't something that you will get in like an hour or two, but it's definitely worth the time you doing this. You will need 65 attack to use this ability, but 65 attack's not really hard to get, is it? And all you really need to do is equip a dual wield weapons, so a main hand and an offhand sword, and then you can use Bladed Dive and then switch back to anything else. So even if you're using Mage in a boss fight or something, you can quickly chuck on your main and offhand swords and then do Bladed Dive and then switch back, and it's just going to give you a hell of a lot more maneuverability, especially, like I say, it's so useful in bosses such as Telos. The next sort of item set that I want to talk about on this list is going to be the Superior Void. Now, you could just go for regular Void, but the bonuses aren't as much as the Superior version, obviously, and it's definitely worth going straight to the Superior version. So, to begin with, what does this armor do? It's basically a full set of hybrid gear, except for the helmet, and what you're going to do is change the helmet out just to adjust to the combat style that you're using. So, for example, there is 3 different helmets, one for range, one for mage, and one for melee, and when you change weapon style, you're just going to switch helmet out, and then you're going to get the benefits of that armor for that style. Now, what the benefits actually are is 3% accuracy and 7% damage boost to that style. So, if you're using range, you're going to get 3% extra range accuracy and 7% extra damage. What this means is a hell of a lot. It's actually quite a massive boost to your DPS, just because it's a flat percentage increase, and it's going to make you be able to hit a hell of a lot more and a hell of a lot harder. Now, the main use that I actually get from my Void, which I do use quite a lot, is actually soloing next. Now, you'd think that something that's only 42 combat stats to wear wouldn't maybe be that good, but actually it's probably the best set to use for next, in my opinion. Obviously, that could be different. It gives you a hell of a lot of a higher hit chance and incredibly increased damage. It does not degrade, and also using the Void equipment and also using tank boots or a melee boot, so like Torva boots, will stop next from chasing you around the room, and it just sort of removes that whole need for anything else. And if you're going with a switch, all you need to do is take your helmet and different weapons and you're good to go. It's also a very good equipment setup for training combat and things like that. If you had Void and possibly even Demon Horn Necklace and the Bone Crusher, you're going to be able to AFK without degrading armor, doing a lot of damage and just fully healing. It's definitely something that I would recommend you guys unlock, especially if you're not fully leveled up yet. It's going to be able to help you train quite a lot. So, the 6th unlock on this list is actually going to be the World's Weight quest. Now, this is going to unlock a hell of a lot of rewards for you doing this quest, but the main ones that we're going to be talking about is actually going to be the ultimate abilities that you do unlock. Now, you get 5 ultimate abilities from this: Balanced Attack, Death Swiftness, Sunshine, Natural Instinct, and Guthic's Blessing. Now, the main ones that you're going to be wanting from this really is the Death Swiftness, Sunshine, and Natural Instinct. The other 2 are good as well, but you will use these 3 ultimates more than the other ones probably. This is a Grandmaster quest, so it is very long to do. However, you don't have any requirements technically to start and finish this quest. You are going to want some decent combat stats, I would recommend, but you are going to want some specific levels on finishing this and other quests to be done as well. However, as good as those additional unlocks are, that's not what we're talking about for this. It's going to be based on those 3 ultimates that I mentioned before. Sunshine and Death Swiftness are the ultimates for mage and range. Now, Sunshine is for mage and Death Swiftness is for range. Now, what it does is it summons a sunbeam to shine over your location, lasting 30 seconds during this time. Provided you remain within the beam, your magic damage will be increased by 50%. If a target enters the beam, they will be hit for 10% to 20% of weapon damage every 2 seconds. Now, it's the same for Death Swiftness as well. And basically what it does is it's going to give you 30 seconds, a little location on the ground where you cast this ability, and you're going to deal 50% extra damage for this whole duration as long as you stay inside that area. This is going to allow you to do a hell of a lot more DPS while you're doing bosses, and it's going to be abilities that you are going to use almost every time you go bossing. Natural Instinct is another ultimate ability, and what this allows you to do is build up adrenaline a hell of a lot quicker. So the description for this ability is: if fighting a non-player opponent that does not use adrenaline for the next 20 seconds, you will gain 200% adrenaline from your own abilities. So basically, you're going to be able to use this ultimate, and then for the next 20 seconds, every ability that you use will give you 200% bonus adrenaline, and that's going to be able to build up so much faster. It's going to allow you to throw ultimates together and use thresholds a lot quicker, and it's definitely an ability that you're going to use so much at Telos. If you're in the green beam with Natural Instinct and building up adrenaline with your abilities, you can drop ultimate after ultimate after ultimate, and you just don't run out of adrenaline. So this is definitely an ability that you will use at higher end PVM, and it's definitely an unlock that you're going to want to have. Desert Treasure Quest is going to be a big unlock for your account, especially as a newer player anyway. It's going to be an unlock to another spell book, and it's the Ancient Magic spell book. Now, there is quite a lot of requirements to do this, being 50 mining, 53 thieving, 50 magic, 50 fire making, and 10 slayer. However, there's also a hell of a lot of quests to do in front of it as well, but it's definitely all worth doing, and it's a master quest, so it is very long. But as long as that hasn't put you off, this is definitely a quest worth doing for your account. Ancient Magics are going to let you level up your magic a hell of a lot quicker. You're not going to have to just out. For example, if you went to the Abyss and use things like Blood Burst or Blood Barrage, you're going to be able to level up AFK without having to choose any food, and it's going to be a hell of a lot faster magic experience. Also, using things like the Ice Barrage at Telos is such a benefit, being able to stun the Telos at the time and just slow down his attack rotations. And also in PKing, which isn't too active at the moment in RuneScape 3, but being able to freeze another player is absolutely amazing. Unlocking Ancient Magics on your account is going to be a step towards also another unlock later in this video, and I am going to mention that at the end of the video. I believe it's either the second to last one or the last one, so keep sticking around for that one. Number 4 on this list is going to be the Enhanced Excalibur, and this is going to be the elite version that I'm going to be talking about. You do receive the base Excalibur from doing the Merlin's Crystal quest. You don't have to complete it, but I would recommend just finishing it off, because why leave something untied? Anyway, what the Enhanced Excalibur will be doing for you is it gives you a heal over time, and you don't have to worry about maybe the butterfly, for example, from Gothic Butterfly getting killed, and it gives you the same sort of overtime healing effect. You're going to unlock this from doing the Seer's Village tasks. Now, I would recommend doing the elite achievements in this, and the reason being is if you just have the regular version of the Enhanced Excalibur, you will get 4% of your max life points 5 times over a period of 20 seconds. This is 20% of your max life points healed. However, having the elite achievements completed will give you 4% of your max life points 10 times over a period of 40 seconds. And obviously that's 40% of your max life points healed. And it's just something that you can use. It doesn't cost you anything. And you can also use this as your bladed dive weapon, so you can bring it as a switch. And all you have to do is put this in your inventory when you're doing a boss or even Slayer. Right click it, press activate, your cursor will say for Camelot, which to be honest is pretty awesome in itself, and you'll get your healing effect, and it's just an item that's incredibly useful and you will constantly carry around with you throughout any sort of PvM experience. So, down to the final 3 on this list is kind of going to be in order of what I think is the most useful. And the third one is going to be the Invention skill. Now, this is an elite skill, which means you do have to have level 8 Divination, Crafting, and Smithing to access it. However, it's definitely a skill worth unlocking. Now, I'm just going to read off what the wiki says about Invention, because it's going to give you a good description of what it is. So, Invention is an elite skill which allows players to disassemble items and obtain new materials. These can be used to manufacture newly discovered devices and augment a variety of high-level weapons, armor, and tools, enhancing them with perks. Now, what this basically means is you're going to be able to take items from the game, disassemble them, and receive materials from them, and then you're going to be able to use those materials to create perks or make different sort of devices and tools for your gameplay. Now, the main thing from this, when everyone sort of looks at Invention, they think perks for their weapons and armor, and that's probably the main thing that you're going to be using it for. Now, this allows you to get damage increases or extra mobility, things like making your shield better for yourselves. There's so many perks, I couldn't even go over all of them. I'm sure there's a good guide on perks on YouTube somewhere for you guys to look into, so definitely do that. And this skill is definitely something that I would recommend working towards. You're going to use it a hell of a lot, and it's definitely worth your time. Number 2 on this list is going to be the Temple at Cenistine quest. Now, this has a hell of a lot of requirements. There's not really much point in me listing it, but it's definitely a quest that you're going to want to work towards. The reason being is it does unlock the Ancient Curses. Now, everybody, I'm sure, probably knows what the Ancient Curses is. It gives you Soul Split, it gives you the best sort of DPS prayer boosts in the game, and it's something that every account should strive to unlock. It's going to increase your damage, your sustainability, and everything while you're doing PvM later. And it's just something that I would recommend getting on every single account. This is the unlock that I was talking about previously after the Desert Treasure, as this is the sequel to that quest, and it's one of the requirements obviously to do this quest, so it does give you sort of a lead into this one. And this is also a master quest, and it does take a hell of a long time to complete. Ancient curses are definitely worth the time invested to get into them, and it is something that every single person's going to recommend you get. If you ask anyone that has them and you say, I'm only on normal prayers, do you recommend I get curses? I guarantee you every single person will say yes. Definitely, it makes so much of a difference. Like, if you change to piety, use piety, and then go and use turmoil, you will notice the difference instantly. So, number 1 on this list, and in my opinion, probably one of the best goals to work towards in this game. I'm sure you could argue with maybe rank 2 and rank 1 of this video, but in my opinion, the Plague's End quest and unlocking Prifdanis, I've probably pronounced that wrong, but Prifdanis is definitely somewhere that you're going to want to unlock. It is a new city from doing the Plague's End quest. It is the Elf City, and it's where the Max Guild is located. Also, you're going to get a lodestone right next to 2 Grand Exchanges, and it's just going to save you a hell of a lot of time. This place is also Skiller's Paradise, as there is a hell of a lot of places to completely AFK. You get waterfall fishing, you get harps, which is for crafting. You also get AFK mining, smithing, and you can pretty much one-click zip without moving the full agility course if you set it up correctly. And it's just going to give you a hell of a lot better experience rates, and it's just going to be something that everyone needs to work towards doing. There is a few skills that I've left out, and the list just goes on and on. But the requirements for getting in here are incredibly high. Skill requirements are going to be 75 in all of the following skills: agility, construction, crafting, dungeoneering, herb lore, mining, prayer, range, summoning, and woodcutting. So 10 skills, all at level 75. Now, it doesn't sound too hard, I suppose, but as a new player, that's quite daunting to go towards. And also, a hell of a lot of quests and sub-quests are going to need to be done. But I do promise you, it's all completely worth your time, and it's definitely something that's worth working towards. Once you get here, you've actually done, think about it like this, a lot of quests, and you've got a well-rounded account. It's all completely worth your time. Anyone who doesn't have access to Prif is just definitely missing out. I would recommend getting here, putting the effort in, and once you are here, you'll probably never use the Grand Exchange ever again. You might go there just to, meet someone and give them something, but you're definitely hardly ever going to be going there ever again. Haha, I've got all this unlocked off the list. You guys can't call me noobs anymore. Wait, I need tier 99 prayers and tier 92 weapons just to even come and do bosses with you guys? Oh, come on, guys. Come back. Don't do this. I can do bosses with you guys just as well. You don't need... Oh, they're gone. So, after butchering that name of that town, which I'm not going to attempt again, that is the end of this video, guys. I hope that you found it interesting. I'm sure that you guys all have different views on what's better being to unlock and things like that. So let me know in the comments what you guys think, what your favourite unlock is even, and just tell me why. And then, maybe one day I'll make another one of these videos and I can include them there, and I'll make sure to give the credit to you in the video. And as always, I hope you did enjoy. So if you did, like and subscribe. Any feedback on the video, editing, all that sort of stuff, leave it in the comments. Let me know. I do love reading it, whether it's negative or not. As long as it's got something for me to work on in that, then I'll by all means work on it. I don't read negative comments and go, go away, leave me alone. I definitely take everything that you guys say into account. So I do appreciate that, and I will see you in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye.